Hello guys, Balago here. I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on how to use the Grand Theft Auto 5 Mod Manager. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to download the software. When the download finishes, open up the archive. Inside will be a single executable file. This is a standalone application and can be placed anywhere you'd like. For compatibility, the best spot to place this manager is going to be the same drive as your Grand Theft Auto installation. My installation drive is drive A, so I'm going to create a new folder for the manager, which I did here, and I'm going to simply drag and drop or extract this file into that folder. Now that it's installed, we're going to go ahead and open the file. The first time that you run the software, you're going to see a few different screens. The first screen is the term of usage. Please read this over carefully, and then when you read it all and you agree with what it says, go ahead and press I agree. The next page you will see is the first time setup. This is where you can choose different configuration options based on your system. The first option is your installation path. The default path should be the automatic registry location of your game, whether if it's Steam or if it's Rockstar Warehouse. If for some reason that this location wasn't set correctly, or you would like to choose an alternative installation directory, you can press change here and then browse to the Grand Theft Auto 5 program, and it will change automatically to that new installation directory. For game version, this is where you choose if you're running on Steam or if you're running the Rockstar Warehouse version. This again should automatically be selected for you, but if for some reason this information was not set correctly, you can toggle between the two. Please note, if you are running the Steam version of Grand Theft Auto, but you have Rockstar selected, your game will not launch correctly. You will receive an error message saying that you did not launch this game directly through Steam. Likewise, if you choose Steam as selected, but you own the Rockstar Warehouse version, Steam will automatically open, but it won't launch the game because you do not own that game on Steam. Now that we have that selected properly, the next section is Mod Storage Location. The default location is in your Documents folder. However, if you installed Grand Theft Auto on a separate drive than your C drive like I have, it is highly recommended to move this mod location to the same drive. There are some operating limitations that will actually prevent some of the files from copying over during installation, like RPF files, when the drives are not the same. So for this example, I'm going to change this drive. I'm going to go ahead and choose my PC, drive A, and I'll create a new folder called GTA 5 Mods. Press OK. Now that is set correctly. The next setting is Disable Mods on Exit. This setting, if enabled, will allow the mod manager to actually monitor if GTA 5 is running. When GTA 5 is detected as closing, the mods will automatically be removed from your game. That means if you start the game again, there will be no mods loaded. If you uncheck this option and make it disabled, it will not monitor for GTA 5, and it will automatically leave all of the mods enabled for the next time that you start the game. This option is going to be a preference per user. There's no recommended use of either or. When you finish picking your options, press accept. This will bring you to a brand new installation of the mod manager. If you look here, it says no mods are installed. This is normal. The first thing that you're going to want to do is download something called Scripthook V, which is the framework that allows you to mod the game. To get the download location of this software, you can visit the GTA5-mods.com website and go to Tools, Sort by Most Downloaded, and it should be the first option for Scripthook. Go ahead and download the software, and when it finishes, it will open up a zip file. In the zip file will be a bin folder. Open that folder. In here are three separate files: dinput 8, native trainer, and Scripthook V. dinput 8 and Scripthook V are both mandatory files. Without those two files, no scripts or plugins or mods will work in Grand Theft Auto. Installation of these plugins are really simple. Just go ahead and go to your manager and press Open Mod Folder. This will bring up a folder of your currently installed mods. Since we just started installation, there are no mods in here. To do the actual installation, just extract the files that are in this zip file into the main root of this mod folder. See, I also extracted nativetrainer.asi. .asi files are mods for Grand Theft Auto, and they belong in the root of this folder. Now that we've added Native Trainer and ScriptHook, you can press reload, and now Native Trainer will appear in the mod list. If you want to enable Native Trainer, you leave it checked. If you want to disable Native Trainer while you play, you can uncheck it. Let me show you what happens when you start the game with the mod checked. Go ahead and leave it checked and then press single player. For this demonstration, I'm going to cancel the launcher here so I can show you the files. If we navigate to our Grand Theft Auto 5 directory, you're going to see 3 shortcut files here. If you notice, they have these little arrows indicating that they're actually symlinked locations. Again, symlinks do not work well when you do them across drives, so keeping your mods on the same drive as your game will eliminate a lot of issues that you might come across. While these 3 files are symlinked, the game will load modded. It will load with Native Trainer enabled, and the game will be running offline. The way that the software runs offline is by 2 different methods. The first method is the command line.txt file here. If you open this file, there's going to be a command line called -sc offline only. This forces Social Club to load your profile offline. The other method of blocking in the game from the internet is through your Windows firewall. If you open up your firewall and go to outbound rules, there will now be a new entry called GTA5.exe with outbound disabled. While Grand Theft Auto 5 is disabled, nothing can reach the internet or Rockstar. This helps prevent any issues with Rockstar banning accounts for using mods. This also can give you protection against malicious mods that try to use the Grand Theft Auto 5 process to download malware. And a good example of this would be the recent Angry Planes debacle issue. Now that mods are enabled, every time you start the game, it will automatically load these mods. Let's go ahead and disable these mods. To do that, we're going to open up our manager one more time here. Now that we have it open, you can simply uncheck Native Trainer and press single player. Doing so will leave the firewall rule enabled. However, if you go back to your game installation folder, Native Trainer is no longer listed as one of the files. Please note that there are some reports that if you load the game in single player mode too many times, Rockstar DRM will automatically notify you that it can no longer activate the game. If this happens, just simply press the GTA Online button. This will delete the firewall rule and let Social Club reach the internet. When wanting to play online, you do not have to go and uncheck each individual mod before going online. Leaving these mods checked and pressing GTA Online, it will still automatically disable those mods. Let me show you. Now that it's checked, if I press GTA Online, then I cancel this loading before it takes over, and you go back to your game installation folder, there are no more symlinked files. If you open up your Windows firewall, go to outbound, GTA 5 is no longer listed. GTA 5 can now get online. If you check command line.txt, that as well has been emptied. Now that we know how to enable and disable ASI mods, let's move to something a little bit more complicated. Another type of mod is called LUA scripts. To load an LUA script, you're going to need a couple different files. They're all bundled together on GTA5mods.com under LUA loader. So if we go back to Tools and then go to Most Downloaded, the second link should be LUA plugin for ScriptHook. Go ahead and download this software. When it's finished, open the file, and there'll be a file called lua.asi and a folder called scripts. We're going to need all of these files, so open up your mod folder again, where we copied over the ScriptHook, and we're going to copy all the files from here, including the folder. Now that the lua.asi mod is installed, let's reopen up our manager. Now you can see a couple more mods have been added to this list. Base module and example GUI are two sample mods and can be deleted. To delete a mod, you simply highlight it orange and press delete selected mod. This will actually permanently delete it from your mods folder, so only do this if you want to get rid of a mod. Now that we have the LUA loader installed, we can go ahead and start adding scripts. For this demonstration, I'm going to install the Ragdoll Parkour LUA script. Go ahead and download this file here, and then open up the archive. Go ahead and navigate through the zip file if there are folders, and look for a file called something.lua. This is the script you want. There are two ways to install this. First way, which is through the folder like we did the other mods, which would be open up your mods folder. Then you want to open the scripts folder, open the add-ins folder, and then extract GTA Parkour into that folder. Most mods come with a configuration file or a readme.txt. Go ahead and copy that too if you'd like. However, I would recommend renaming it if it just has a generic name like readme. For this, let's rename this to GTA Parkour README. I recommend keeping the full plugin name as this helps the program automatically detect when to attach a text file. Now that we've added GTA Parkour, we can hit reload, and now GTA Parkour is listed. If you notice when I click on it, it automatically is going to load the LUA contents. This text box on the right side of the screen is modifiable. You can type and change information in here, and then press Save Settings to save the options that you've changed. Now that we've added an LUA file, let's move on to something even more complicated. Using OpenIV, you can actually start modifying some of the Grand Theft Auto vanilla files. Whenever you do a modification like this, I highly recommend that you make your own personal backup of the files before even attempting to import or use those files through the manager. The manager tries its best to back up files when possible, but again, it's always going to be up to the user to back them up manually before continuing. This tutorial is not going to cover how to create a modified RPF file, since that is not done through the software, but done through the software called OpenIV. That software can be downloaded on their website. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to create a dummy RPF file, which I've already done. I made a copy of update.rpf from the games folder and just dumped it into my root drive. From here, I'm going to press import modded RPF. The first time you click this, you're probably going to get this error message here saying that you're attempting to import an RPF file, but you do not have OpenIV.asi installed yet. OpenIV.asi comes bundled with the installer for OpenIV. So what we need to do is, like how we added mods, we need to add that OpenIV mod as well. That again comes with the OpenIV software. So if you have that installed, go ahead and go into that directory and you will find that mod there. I'm going to go ahead and do a search myself on the other screen here, and just to get the file, and then we'll continue forward. Now that I have the file, I'm going to open up my mods folder again. I'm going to paste it in here, and then press reload. Now OpenIV is showing as installed. Now if we hit import modded RPF, you're going to get a new screen, which comes up with some more information basically to have you create your own personal backup. You need to agree that that's something you're going to do. If you don't back up your RPF file and you modify it through OpenIV, you're going to have to re-download that file again from either Steam or from Rockstar, sometimes even having to re-download the entire game. So again, I highly stress that you make your own backups. Once you do that, go ahead and press OK, and you'll be brought to the modded RPF installation wizard. This is a guided wizard that you can click on each step one by one to install these RPF files. So for the first option, you want to browse to the location of the modded RPF file. My modded RPF file is in the root of A, so I'm going to go ahead and select it. Step 2 is to browse to the location of the file you're replacing the original RPF in the Grand Theft Auto program directory. The update RPF, which is what I'm editing, is in the update folder. Now that that's selected, enter a friendly name here. Basically, if you have multiple mods installed and they are different update RPF files, you need some way of uniquely identifying those files. This friendly name will actually rename the RPF file in your mods folder for easy access, so you will know exactly which mod is which. For this example, let's call it Super Pedestrians. And I'll press accept. It will now add that as an option in the mod manager. If you look in the text file here, it will automatically show you the path to the file that you're modifying. If for some reason that this does not show, or if this information is incorrect, then you will need to re-import your mod. Now that we have the RPF installed, let's go ahead and start a single player session with it enabled so I can show you what it looks like. So when I press single player, I'll cancel this, and I'm going to go ahead and open up my game directory, and then go to the update folder. You now have two update.rpf files. One is called .update.rpf.original. This is the vanilla version that I'm backing up for you. The update RPF file above it is actually going to be the symlinked copy of the mod. In this example, if you looked, the size match. That's only because I actually didn't modify the RPF file for this demonstration. I don't have OpenIV installed. I haven't tried doing this yet. So now that we have this linked here, the game is going to use this updated update.rpf file instead of the original. Now, if we open the mod manager again, and we press GTA Online, which undoes all the mods, you're going to notice what happens in the Grand Theft Auto directory. The update.rpf.original is gone, and it has replaced the symlinked version here, and the vanilla version is now restored again for you to use. If this process doesn't work, when you try to start the game with online, you're going to get a "game is corrupt, please reinstall" message. Please do not worry, as you have promised, you created your own personal backup of this file. I highly recommend putting it in there, and it should fix that issue. Now that we've installed different types of mods, let me show you an alternative way to add mods so you don't have to keep opening up the mod folder to do so. If you download a mod and just extract it to a root drive or any drive, it doesn't matter. For example, I have some here. And you hit add mod and browse to it, it's going to automatically add the mod to the correct folder. If I go back into my mods folder and find the mod I installed earlier, the GTA Parkour, I'm going to delete it. Now if we go here and add a mod and we choose GTA Parkour, it imports it automatically. And if we go back to the add-ins folder, GTA Parkour.lua automatically was put in here. I'll do this one more time. So if we delete, add mod, choose GTA Parkour from any other drive, it will automatically add it to the add-ins folder for you. This works for any type of mod as well as ASI mods, .NET DLL mods, Python mods. Anything that's available for Grand Theft Auto should automatically go into the correct folder automatically using that add mod option. If you run into any issues following this tutorial or any issues that I haven't covered, please let me know in the comments of this video, or please contact me on the main threads of the download for the software on Reddit or on the Grand Theft Auto Mods Manager hosted on GTA5mods.com. Again, this is Balago, and I thank you for taking the time to go through this with me, and I hope you have a great day.